So talk about Tech Beach. What is it? What is the conference?
Yeah, so Tech Beach was born out of the idea that, not the idea, just the understanding that the ecosystem in the region just doesn't exist. And so my boy Kirk Anthony Hamilton, as a guy from Jamaica, he's like, bro, you can't let your experiences from first die. They need to be the stepping stone to something else. And I think this is the next thing else that you need to go into. A rising tide raises all boats in harbor. And so if you want to get people to help you and do well with you on your next startup, it'll be more beneficial for you to focus on raising the whole ecosystem than just focusing on just your own self and the next company. Right?
That's some beautiful advice.
Right? And so
excellent advice.
And so he was like, your needs will end up being a speck in the perspective of the whole.
Right.
And so your little speck, and fine, will be successful, but you'll now have the impact and access to so much more. And with that perspective is what we birthed Tech Beach with. The vision for Tech Beach is to be that bridge between the major technology hubs of the world and our region. Right? And to give us more access to the amazing people that are doing things on the leading edge of technology, and have technology be a driver for economic growth independent of what country you're in. Because technology now is not about, well, you're a tech company. Technology is cross-cutting across every company, every sector in your company. You need to understand, you need to have a digital strategy.
It's
and so,
integrated.
Right, exactly. So that is what Tech Beach was birthed out of. And we started in the first year. In December, one of my friends from CIC introduced me to a guy in San Francisco who's living there. He's a Trinidadian fellow. He went to Hillview. A guy called Larry Hercules.
Okay.
He used to work back in the day, he worked at TSTT, and then he left TSTT, and he ended up now working at AT&T, and he's the senior director of big data at AT&T.
Okay.
Right?
So I got a big work.
Yeah. He had a big title and a lot of access to people in San Francisco, right?
Right.
And my friend from Trinidad met him at a conference, and he was talking to him, and he's like, "Dog, you need to meet my friend Kyle. Like, he's the tech man in Trinidad." Thing, right? And so I ended up meeting him in Christmas of 2015. And we end up like hitting it off, like he's like, yeah, looking to bring some people for Carnival in 2016, Carnival or whatever. I was like, yeah, all right, cool, I can help you. He's like, well, yeah, you should come to San Francisco, like feel the vibes out, get re-inspired again, and see where your next thing is, right? I didn't even tell him about this conference that this man come to me with. I was like, because at that point in time, when he approached me as well, I was like, all right, cool, I'll help you out with this thing, right?
Right, you weren't planning to get involved.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Like, I sell myself short, quite frankly, in the start, right?
Yeah.
I was like, well, I have a marketing skill, I can help you out, and like a decent networking, I could meet some people, and cool, like, don't ask me to do much more.
Yeah.
Right? Literally, that's how it was, right? And in the first Tech Beach, like, I didn't do as much as I did now, right? Like, nothing close. So, because I was trying to think of like the next company I'm going to start and making more money and trying to like make money with this agency thing and figure it out and live, right? This conference was like not anything, right? And it took me a little while to buy in, and how concise I told you the vision was, it was not what we figured it out to be at that point in time. It was like a conference. Like what I said concisely and what you buy into now is like what we collectively like came up with and figured out.
To that.
Exactly, right? So at that point in time, it was just like a conference thing, right? So, cool. And then I met this Hercules guy, and Hercules was like, dog, yeah, cool, help him out with Carnival, but come up to San Francisco. And then I had a sister in from college. He was real good in college, and I didn't see her for a while. And she moved to San Francisco. And I was like, yeah, looking to come to San Francisco because I meet this other guy. And she's like, well, I have like a 4-bedroom. And so I was going to end up sleep on the couch by this guy or end up staying in one of her bedrooms. And I ended up going, staying by her. And we was real good in college, and we didn't see each other for a while, and then just like connect back like how we was back then. And it's a platonic relationship. Like, we're real good, and I guess that's what helped it be as good as it has been. Whereby like, now I had a place to stay in San Francisco, and if anybody knows anything about San Francisco, the cost of living is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Yes.
And she have a 4-bedroom, so she doing all right.
Yeah, for real. That's a good point.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah, so she doing all right, yeah. And so from there is when once again, the trajectory changed. trajectory just
certain points, but
So you're in San Francisco, you're making contacts, connections to kind of bring people down to Tech Beach.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing is the approach that we take with Tech Beach is real different to how a lot of other people take with conferences or events that they have. Typically, people would take an approach whereby they look for people that they want, they send out emails, it might be cold, and it's a very business relationship that they have with the people, right? Mine was, I bring my Caribbean-ness to it.
Yeah.
My Caribbean is literally like a house line kind of vibe. Exactly this brand, this style.
Yeah.
I take it to Tech Beach.
Yeah.
So when I went to San Francisco, Hercules was like he's actually the node. So my friend, she's not in the tech space at all. She was literally the space that I stayed in and allowed me to stay there for extended periods of time. So on my first trip, I went there for a month. Yeah. So like typically when you go on business trips, you're not going anywhere for a month, you're going for a week. You set up meetings and you go have the meetings and tell them about what you're trying to do and you leave because you can't stay there for that long. Like bills running up. So I end up going there and able to stay there for a month period of time, which gives a sort of like comfort, and it's not a transactional relationship that you have with the people that you meet. It end up being more of like
you can hang out with them,
exactly.
on a personal level.
Exactly.
Build deeper connection.
Right, exactly.
The best way
so
to put
it isn't rushed, and so a lot of the introductions that he formed, boom.
Boom.
Best feeling.
Another sale there on
Chef Made.
We had to get into Chef Made too.
Right? A lot of the connections that you form, we end up having it very casual. We end up going to dinner, we end up going to the bars, we end up going to the nightclubs. So you're getting to see people in different aspects and not in just their job now. And so we end up building genuine relationships. I remember one of the first people he introduced me to, a guy called Will Hayes. He's the CEO for a company called Lucid Works. And Lucid Works is a company that does search.
That name is real familiar.
Look him up, right? So they specialize in artificial intelligence search, right? Search technology. So like I think like they power these search that's in the iPhone and that kind of thing. Right? So they do enterprise level search. So we end up meeting Will, right? He introduced us to Will. We went to dinner with Will. Will take us to dinner. So my brother ended up coming up and meet me, and then Issa coming up and meet me as well, right? So Will was like, Hercules told me to meet you guys, and I just wasn't sure what kind of guys you were or whatever. So we had dinner, we talk and get comfortable. He's like, well, clearly you guys are a bit like cool, you know? Like sometimes when you meet people or whatever, especially in San Francisco, like you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. Like, but you just need to be open, and that's the next cool thing as well too. The culture that we try to bring, a sense of openness and no hierarchy.
Which is a very Caribbean thing, I think.
Yeah. But in terms of like the executive access in the Caribbean, like that don't exist.
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
Not on that level.
So exactly. So the fact that I could meet with a CEO in San Francisco that take the time to go to dinner with us and chill, it's just not something that happens in our region. And that's the next thing. The thing in the culture in San Francisco is that understand that almost anybody could be the next somebody. And so most people take the time to listen to almost anybody.
And they would take you seriously because this guy could be the next
exactly. Yeah, indeed. And so ended up going and meeting with him, and then he was like, oh, you guys look chill, so how about from dinner we went to a couple bars, and then he was like, well, you know what else we could do? We could go to this club, Temple. We ended up going to a nightclub. Man, buy bottles in the club. We had like such a freaking amazing time. After the nightclub, we went out, strip club. First time we meet any man, right? First time we meet any man.
He got comfortable real quick.
Right?
He went from like, I'm not too sure about you guys. You know what? I like you guys. Let's do this.
Basically, and that there is not an anomaly. That's not an anomaly. That's actually like so commonplace in that environment. And he ended up coming to the first Tech Beach, speaking at it. Now his company is a sponsor. He hired 2 people from the Caribbean. Now he looking to like nearshore with companies in Jamaica, and for
people who might be listening and don't know, so like what could you expect at Tech Beach?
So at Tech Beach we started off essentially with just panel type conversations with fireside chats and panels, and
it's in Jamaica. Where in Jamaica exactly?
Is in Montego Bay, Jamaica. The reason why we had it in Jamaica, I could give.
And how many days is it?
Yeah, 3 days.
It's a 3-day conference. Okay.
So it's called Tech Beach Retreat, and that's the goal. We say, want it to be a retreat. We want people to get away from their normal environment, come and chill by the beach and be productive. Kind of sounds counterproductive, but it actually ends up being very productive because people inhibitions are like a lot lower. They get a lot more comfortable, and you get to connect across your passions versus your positions, which is what tends to happen at conferences. People lead by I am the
exactly,
and this is what we. Versus at Tech Beach is more like I'm Jack or I'm Kyle, and these are things that I really care about, and this is what I like, and you know. And so our positioning recently, actually, we got it from a girl that works at the Galena. No, the Observer in Jamaica, right? One of the leading papers there. She's like, what I like about Tech Beach is that people come to Tech Beach to connect over their passions and not over their positions.
Right.
I was like,
beautiful.
I'm taking that. I am taking that. What was that again? Say it again. People connect over their passions, not their positions. I was like, that is golden.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah. And like we bring startups to the space, and they're able to connect with a lot of people that they wouldn't normally get access to in digital marketing or in your sales or in your product development or in design.
So people are coming from all over the Caribbean.
Yeah. We have like good showing across the region. Just actually yesterday, like crew of 8 companies from, the person that led the purchase was in Martinique.
Okay.
But it was a OECS initiative to bring companies from a lot of the small islands to Tech Beach. And so they sent in 8 companies from small islands to Tech Beach this year.
Right. And in terms of the attendance, it's like what kind of people? Like very like developer types, or is it like entrepreneurial tech people, or like what is the So the demographic of the people that come to Tech Beach ranges. So the core of it is a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of executives. Because what we provide is specifically catered to those 2 audiences. Right.
The executives, because they're the ones that are able to buy a lot of the tickets easily and be able to sponsor and that sort of thing.
Right.
And then the startups, because
they're looking to future-proof their business. Or
exactly.
the future of their business. How could tech be used.
So we have representation from quite a bit of the companies around the region. So Caribbean Airlines sends their head of software engineering.
Right.
They've been a partner with us for the last couple of years. NCB in Jamaica, Sagicor. We get a good bit of attendance from quite a bit of the companies.
And as far as speakers, who comes on?
Yeah, and then so
I think I saw Jack Dorsey and one.
Exactly. So we have like over 60 speakers that fly in for Tech Beach.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot. So it's a jam-packed day then. If it's over the course of 3 days. Weekend.
Exactly. And so the whole goal really is getting them to connect on a very like non-hierarchical way in a very comfortable setting and facilitate business happening in a more real, comfortable way and not transactional. Connect because you like the person, you like what you're doing, you know? And so surveys that we've done at Tech Beach, we found that over 60% of people end up doing business after they leave Tech Beach. And that number is real high. I think about the amount of conferences that you go to and who you're actually doing business with after that conference, you know? And that number is high, I think, because we've designed the experience to increase the likelihood that people do business, because people connect on a certain level of like comfort versus just transactional, you know?
I mean, I think you kind of rubbing shoulders with like-minded people as well.
Exactly.
You're all kind of looking for something similar.
And we cap the amount of attendees. We have 350, so it's not meant to be big at all.
Okay, 350 is not huge. That's quite intimate.
Exactly. It's quite intimate. And we cap it in terms of the size.
I mean, at the end of the weekend, you've met many people that, you know, like, and that.
So what does a day look like?
So the Thursday,
like activities and that kind of thing.
All right, so we have so we've broken off to begin doing very curated experiences for different segments. So for entrepreneur coming to Tech Beach, I'm signing up to the what we call a hybrid accelerator program. You would go through a series of workshops, mentorships, roundtable discussions, panels that is specifically curated for you at Tech Beach, right?
Wow, that's awesome. It's very customized. You could customize your experience based on what your needs are.
Exactly. So what you sign up to. So the entrepreneur coming to Tech Beach that signs up to this experience would end up getting a mentor assigned to them. And so we have like a whole cadre of people that sign up to be mentors to these entrepreneurs, right? That work at like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, Intel, Microsoft, Amazon.
That's
like,
amazing access.
Yeah. So like this girl called Felicia Chang, one of her mentors is global head of marketing solutions at LinkedIn. And she speaks with her all the time. Her company's called Plantin. She's a Trinidadian girl.
Oh, you mean even after you leave Tech Beach, you still have this person as a mentor?
Yes, because these people like you. They like.
Is there like a monthly fee for that?
No.
So you just built you've built a relationship. You've connected with this person, and now you have that person. Well, whatever the cost is to go there, it's worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever the cost is,
another really good example.
Amazing.
This a Trinidadian guy started this company called MD Link. He's a medical doctor. The company allows people to like phone in their medical prescriptions and get it delivered to them, right? So they just signed a deal with Sachiko in Jamaica.
Right.
He ended up getting a guy from Google Health to be an advisor in his company, a Trinidadian guy called Kwame Johnson.
It's amazing.
Through Tech Beach.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I introduced Kwame to the Tech Beach group. And the guy at MD Link, his name is Chebo, and Che messaged me. He's like, "Yo, I've been talking to Kwame. What do you think about it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working with Kwame on Coding Camp, and Kwame's like phenomenal guy, man." And I talked to Kwame. I'm like, Kwame's like, "Yeah, I really love the work that they're doing, and I think I'd actually my job at Google to work with him."
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. Was it your friend you said that told you that thing about like everybody needs to kind of rise up together?
Exactly.
Exactly.
You're doing it. You're basically doing it.
Yeah. And so like Larry mentors like quite a bit of companies as well too. Like so these guys getting access to people that you just would not get access to. Like
and I mean you gain access to. You get huge access.
Exactly. So
I mean I see you on your Instagram and you're in Facebook headquarters on this headquarters and whatever. So I mean you kind of soaking it all in as well.
Yeah. So me personally, my personal Rolodex is significantly expanding.
Yeah.
And as I start new ventures, I have like a whole host of like really good people that want to work with me and I want to work with them, and things that evolve in ways that I would have never initially projected. Right?